Hello again, Spell Slingers. I'm Blanksy, the handsome half of the Break This collaboration. Patch 1.1 is live, and as we said, we're here to cover it for you. If you watched our previous roadmap video, you should be familiar with some of the notes already, but we were able to confirm some of the things we weren't so sure about. The patch released one day earlier than expected, and we've had some time to test a little before releasing this video, so we'll definitely have some clips to give you examples of the changes pre and post patch. With that said, let's not waste any time and jump right into the video. The gameplay changes are all quality of life changes. This patch consists of major bug fixes and miscellaneous updates to help breakers on all platforms. Conduits got some love for their basic attacks in the form of a more reactive animation. Previously, when using the lightning gauntlet, there was a cooldown due to the animation's recovery period. Basically, there was a short cooldown when using your spells, which made you wait for your avatar's arm to completely retract an animation before being able to attack again. They've changed that, and we're sure this means a DPS increase on the lightning gauntlet based purely on its fluidity alone. Along with the animation update comes a really quirky change to how exiling works with spellcasting. Pre-patch, you could attack a little faster by starting an exiling animation and then cancelling it by attacking, resulting in a quicker flurry of attacks. This change is a good place to note the attention to detail Proletariat is focusing on, because it's not like the bug was being heavily abused, yet they still took the time to work on it. Just like we mentioned in the roadmap video, projectiles have been adjusted so that they not only meet their target, but damage them as well. Frostborn players rejoice because this is a fix that you will definitely feel. You might also recall the screen stuttering or jittery visual bug, which turned out to be a netcode error. This bug was especially frustrating as it threw off not only the visuals, but your FPS, aim, and overall playstyle. From what we've seen, you've most likely experienced this bug after being picked up when disrupted. So be sure to let the dev team know if you see any more of this in your games. Let's hope we don't though. Let's talk about auto aim. Aim assist. Regardless of what platform you've played on, if you've played cross-platform, you felt the wrath of an over-tuned aim assist. Dru is primarily a control player on PC and has plenty of clips for us here, but in his own words, aim assist feels much more balanced than it previously was. The aim assist notes are as follows. They have smoothed out the difference in aim assist strength between varying frame rates. This basically helps put controller players, regardless of their platforms, on a more even level. An exploit was also fixed where aim assist could be much stronger than intended under certain combinations of distance to the target and input sensitivity, meaning it was possible for players with the right settings to make their spells incredibly easy to hit. In the words of Proletariat, this was most clearly seen with the lightning gauntlet on PC, so it's not just me throwing shade. They adjusted aim assist values across all platforms, and aim assist now decreases over distance. So in other words, the further you are, the less effective it is, which is exactly how we think it should be. The miscellaneous gameplay adjustments were pretty short. When completing the tutorial, you will now be defaulted to squads instead of having to change it manually. A UI change was implemented so when a player accepts a party invitation while they're already in a match, they'll get a little notification and they can choose to immediately join the lobby. And finally, further anti-cheat measures have been implemented, so you can't do what this guy's doing as much.
Wait, this guy's hacking.
And he's gone. We won.
Well, I guess you're hacking, but I'll take it.
Let's take a look at some of the changes put in for consoles and Windows. First up is Windows. A bug fix has been put into place that previously would cause some players to be stuck in the initial title screen and would have to close the game just to be able to log in. Change was also made to the graphical bug causing the game to be reset to ultra in some cases, even though the game will show it's in high, medium, or low based on the previous settings you applied. Loading screens should have a normal load time now when entering a match instead of basically loading forever. And lastly, an issue was patched where the mouse just wouldn't come back into focus if the player was using both a controller and mouse to navigate in the menus. For the changes to Switch, this was easily one of the most outspoken on. Players would sometimes get stuck with a black screen during a match. Rest assured, Switch players, this issue seems to be resolved, but as we previously said, continue to make your voices heard in the Reddit, Discord, or any other form of feedback you have to the devs. In some instances, Switch players would not be able to load into the lobby without having time to properly select their drop, so this has been patched. Pro controllers and third-party controllers have received some love and will no longer send multiple inputs for single button presses, so for you thirsty Switch players out there, orbs should now always be visible when a player has been disrupted, so keep your eyes peeled for those sweet exiles. I guess previously you weren't able to see the orbs even though they were there. PlayStation players received 3 unique bug fixes, starting with connectivity issues. Previously, the game was not correctly identifying the lowest ping matchmaking region, and that should be resolved now. A fix is in place for the annoying game crashing due to the changed language in the pre-match lobby, and the black screen has been fixed when waking up the console after it's been idling for about an hour or so in rest mode. On to the Xbox fixes. If you were previously playing with cross-play disabled for your system, Spellbreak will now properly block all interactions with players on other platforms. But hey, we want you here in the HoloLens, so even if the learning curve is a little rougher, give it a shot if you haven't already. Recent players in Spellbreak will now populate accordingly to your players list tied to your Xbox Live account. If you're set to friend only for communication settings, you will no longer have voice chat blocked for your Spellbreak friends, and the ready button no longer grays out when joining on a party through the Xbox shell. Finally, they fixed a crash caused by returning to the game after pressing the home button mid-match. I may not be an Xbox player, but that last one would probably really tilt me. This brings us to the final portion of the video and bug fixes. These changes cover all platforms collectively, so we should all get a little bit of this. The first fix provided addresses the annoyance of being interrupted while aiming a rune or sorcery. This put a delay in actually being able to pick up items and was especially frustrating during a hot drop. Players should no longer get stuck indefinitely on the reconnect screen after their internet drops and it's been restored. Another great change is the infinite load screen when you put in your account info incorrectly has been patched, so that's pretty cool. Sound effects were corrected when hitting players with buff damage, and Spellbreak accounts will now log you out if you have 2 instances of Spellbreak going so that they can prevent data corruption. Controller vibration was updated, ping indicators were updated, translations were expanded on. Quests will now properly display on the main menu when restarting the game. Adjective and noun changes were made for the order of Latin-based languages on the collection screen. Manifold animations were touched up due to their desynced sound and timer, as well as its pieces flickering as players walked by it. We got low resolution texture updates that would sometimes appear on the map fixed. Menu UI sounds were finally adjusted with volume sliders. A crash was fixed that was caused by viewing an item in the store while the rollover was in effect. Ice Lance will sadly no longer have its huge, and I mean huge, ice bow. We're kinda sad to see that one go. Another crash issue was fixed that was caused by repeatedly pressing the confirm button on the squad loading screen. Fixed instances of shadows popping around the map and a weird bug that caused 2 players with random outfits equipped to mirror one another's outfit. Fixed a crash caused by repeatedly exiling yourself in the tutorial. Invisible chests were fixed. And a bunch more of rarer bugs that you probably haven't heard of or seen. As always, we want to be thorough and give you all the information we have available. While this patch doesn't address anything major like new gauntlets or anything of that degree, it does a great job to take care of the short-term needs for the game. What do you think about Patch 1.1? Were you a victim to any of the bugs that have been patched? Let us know down in the comments below. Thank you all for watching, and remember, you can always catch either Drew or myself live at twitch.tv/JustDru with an underscore, or twitch.tv/Blanksy. If you enjoyed this video, we would appreciate if you can like and subscribe. If you would like to submit clips to us directly for our videos, feel free to shoot us an email at breakthisyt@gmail.com. We look forward to seeing you all in the HoloLens. Take care, and have a great day.
Why
are you running?
No, please.
Oops, I did not mean to press that.
Drew! This makes you want to play laser tag? I can't crouch, Drew, but I would be crouching right now. I love you.
Oh god, someone's coming.
Oh, thank you. Oh!
Ah!
Oh!
Worth it.